means embracing attributes which are regarded as womanly. It is adorning your beauty. It is being extra soft and cutting out things which are likely to spoil your being in your best self. In this episode, I am going to share with you some of the things which are most likely to spoil your femininity. There are so many things which can destroy your femininity if you aren't careful. And that is exactly what we are going to discuss about in this episode. So what are the things which can destroy your femininity? The first point, which I had written down on my notes, harboring unforgiveness. When you harbor unforgiveness in your heart and a lot of hatefulness, it is highly likely that this is going to ruin your femininity. Remember, matters of femininity begin within the heart. It begins within the heart and how you feel and how and what exactly you carry in your heart. So start practicing unforgiveness if you are harboring unforgiveness. If someone wronged you, someone did you dirty, it's time for you to let go and start exercising unforgiveness, for you to adorn your womanhood, for you to perfectly embrace your femininity, or rather for you to effortlessly walk into your femininity without any hurdles. The second point, putting on manly hairstyles and outfits. Believe it or not, when you put on manly outfits and manly hairstyles, this is highly likely to destroy your femininity. How will this do that? You remember, whatever you put in or whatever you put on always has an effect on how you feel. There's always a tendency on whatever it is that you've put on, whatever clothing item that you've put on, tend to affect our attitude and essentially how we feel about ourselves. And as usual, and like I always say it, femininity is all about how we feel. It starts with our heart, how we feel about ourselves, and overall how we appear. So if you're the kind of person who's tomboyish and you like putting on manly stuffs, manly hairstyles, manly outfits, you can start gradually toning it down and start putting on dresses and hairstyles which are considered to be feminine. The third point in my notes, another thing that will ruin or destroy your femininity, constantly doing manly duties. For instance, fixing broken furnitures. You're always the one who's fixing broken stuff, fixing broken furnitures, doing carpentry works. This will ruin your softness. It will take away your soft human nature, believe it or not. Some of those activities, moving furnitures about, taking out trash, mechanical activities. Suddenly you're doing mechanical works upon your vehicle or upon your car or even upon your friend's car. So try and minimize being involved or doing manly roles and manly activities as well as manly duties. The fourth point, my darlings, absence of hobbies, absence of creative outlets, absence of interests, and absence of leisurely activities. Remember, being in your feminine is about being in your natural flow, is about being creative, is about allowing yourself to take in the best that the world has to offer, as well as to give in and put in the best into the world. So one of the perfect ways to allow yourself to be in your femininity is have creative outlets. And a lack of it, a lack of a creative outlet will absolutely ruin your femininity. So start embracing being creative. Figure out what are your interests, what are your passions, and engage in things that make you feel more alive, make you feel more creative, things that bring out your creative best, your creative self, and things that allow you to be in your flow. The other thing which I had noted down that is likely to ruin your femininity is striving to lead, striving to control stuff instead of influencing or inspiring. Biblically, in the family dynamic, the man is always the head and the woman, the wife, is always supposed to be the influencer. So as your man leads and is the head, you are considered to be, you see how the head and the neck operates? So your man is the head and you are the neck. So you are the influencer. You are the one who inspires him. So if you're the kind of person that is always striving to control stuff and you want to be the one who is in charge of everything, it's time for you to start stepping down and allow your man to lead. If you want to bask in your femininity, if you want to thrive in your femininity, and if you do not want to destroy your womanhood and your softness and your femininity, allow your man to lead, allow your man to be the one in charge, to control stuff, making huge decisions, whereas be the influencer and be the one to inspire him. If you do not do that, and you want to instead be the controlling one, you will absolutely destroy your femininity. The next point which I had listed down, my lovelies, comparing yourself to others. Remember, they always say comparison is the thief of joy. Remember, in life we are all in a different journey. We are all pursuing different things, and life is not a sprint, it's like a marathon. So just because someone is already married and you aren't married yet, or just because someone is already successful career-wise and you aren't there, and you start feeling jealous, or you start embracing stuff which you shouldn't be embracing as a feminine woman, you will end up ruining your femininity. So instead, find inspiration when someone is ahead of you, and understand that we are all in a different journey. So do not compare your life, my darling, do not compare your life with that of another person. Embrace your life and find inspiration from others instead of being jealous towards them, instead of having negative envy towards others. So do not compare. Let go of that shield of comparing your life to that of others. We are all on a different journey, and like I had already stated, life is not a sprint but a marathon. Today you're down, tomorrow you'll be up. Today you have a car, a small car. Tomorrow you'll have a bigger car. So embrace your life, embrace your journey, and find inspiration from others who are where you want to be. And remember, jealousy, things like jealousy, hatefulness, bitterness, and negative envy, carrying such stuff in your heart will absolutely ruin your femininity. The next point, which I had listed down, dating men who operate in their feminine energy. As a feminine woman, you do not want to date men who are in their feminine energy, because by doing that, you will ruin your femininity. Because this kind of men who are in their soft era, men who are in their feminine era, will not allow you to bask in your femininity. So only date men who allow you to bask in your femininity, men who take pride in being the man, men who take pride in being masculine, men who take pride in providing, protecting, and taking care of their women. When you do that, when you date this kind of men, it will be easier for you to embrace and walk in your womanhood. So by all means, avoid, refrain from dating men who are feminine. The next point, another thing that will ruin your femininity is suppressing your emotions. Always have an outlet whereby you allow, especially your negative emotions, to just be. Allow yourself to cry if you feel like crying. Do not suppress your emotions. You're not a super woman. So for you to be soft, for you to be tender, for you to be womanly, and do not suppress your emotions, because suppressing your emotion will destroy your femininity. I know for some people, one of the ways in which maybe they want to let go of an anger, of a temporary anger and all that, somebody annoyed them and you want to let go of a temporary anger, even if it's beating on a wall and just closing yourself in a room and crying for some time, I encourage you to allow yourself to cry, allow yourself to find a way of dealing with your emotions. So do not suppress them, because suppressing them will destroy your softness. The next point, being obsessively independent and refusal of help and unwillingness to receive help. We all know of the strong, independent boss babe, huh? I'm a boss babe, I'm a strong, independent woman, I don't need no man. So do not be that kind of woman. Always, I'm not against a woman being independent, I'm not against a woman being a boss babe, but what I am trying to point out to you, do not allow that to get into your head to an extent where you do not want to receive help, you cannot accept help when people offer you help. Because for instance, you are a married woman and you are a very successful married woman and you are a CEO of your company. When you get back to your home, to your husband, if you want to have a marriage, if you want to thrive in your marriage, disclaimer, I'm not a marriage expert, I'm just giving you an example. If you want to thrive in your marriage, so take out that boss babe crown when you come back to your home and tap into your softness. Allow your man to be the man. This is the only way that you will thrive in your family and as a wife. And whenever your man wants to help you, allow him to help you. Allow him to be the man. Allow him to be the protector. Allow him to lead. So always take off your boss babe, I don't need no man, I'm an independent, strong woman shield or crown outside of your home. So the point was being an overly independent woman, being a woman who refuses help will destroy your femininity, especially if you are the kind of woman who wants to thrive in her feminine journey. Last point, which I had listed down with me, and please understand that all my points are authentic, and I just have to list them down to avoid repeating myself and to avoid forgetting a point, but they are all, kindly note that they are all authentic. So ignoring your intuition and not being in tune with your body is also something that will ruin your femininity. As a feminine woman, you have to be in tune with your intuition, and not being in tune with your intuition, not being in tune and aligned with your womb, not being overly in your head rather than in your womb and in your body will ruin your femininity. So I had so many points which I had listed down, and this is just part 1. So I will list the other points in my next episode, which is part 2. And you absolutely don't want to miss that episode. So stay in tune and watch out for my next episode, which I have many other gems that which has points that I've listed that, if you are not careful, will ruin your femininity. So you've been watching Faustine Love TV, and I am Faustine Love. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please be sure to subscribe, like, share, comment, and let's see you on my next episode. Be blessed. Bye.